Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my body is not ready, but we are here. We are here in the 1.3 special program or 1.3 update event for Genshin. They released their 45-minute rundown of the coming things to come in 1.3, and oh my god, we're gonna be trying to not make this a 50-minute video, okay? Because I don't want it to be longer than Paimon and them shooting the shit. All right, Jesus Christ. But there is so many things that I'm absolutely excited for. I woke up this morning, and of course I'm bombarded with people who are way faster than me, who literally stayed up all last night and got the Japanese version translated. Not me. It seems like a lot. They seemed upset as well. But a lot of people seemed like a little less jazzed about the fact that we're getting we're getting Genshin. That's like the biggest negative thing. We're not getting 2 new characters. We're getting more or less 2 old characters, but not really. Xiao is new, but not really. He used to be in the beta, but now he is coming out to the full game. Yeah. But we are getting Genshin on the second banner. But it's only lasting 2 weeks. So, like, all this stuff that we're about to see is actually pretty condensed. Like, we're getting a lot of events that are happening back to back to back to back. The only thing that sucks is that we're not getting 2 new characters, we're getting 1. And 1 character that is people who've been wanting for a long time as well. So a lot of this is basically pre-game for 1.4, which people are speculating what that could be. It could be Inazuma, which is this huge, giant update, but let's not jump the gun too soon, alright? But regardless, let's get into what we're going to be experiencing in 1.3. We're not going to be going over the, I'm not going to be showing you guys the trailers because they're just so long and they're beautiful, but they will be playing in the background for us. But essentially, this is absolutely lovely. Let me turn the music down. But this is absolutely lovely. We're going to be experiencing the Lantern Rite festival, which they've already experienced in the previous betas. But oh my god, this looks amazing. You can see little Kaching there, or Chi-Chi, sorry. Chi-Chi, you can see Chung. I don't know if there's any other Easter egg kind of characters here. Maybe. Yep, that looks like Bido right there, top left. Right? Yeah, that's definitely Bido. Bido's sitting there, top left. I wonder if we can see anyone else. Regardless, I'm sure you can. I'm sure they're just out and about. But the Lantern Rite, also what a dickhead. Sorry, the Lantern Rite festival is beautiful, but it comes with so many other events. Yes, it's like generally speaking, it is just a huge event, which is kind of used to kind of hold all of the events, and it's also a good introduction for Xiao. Also, there are things like this. So yeah, they're basically showing you a bunch of flashes. So the Lantern Rite is this huge event basket filled with different kinds of events, which is awesome. The first one I think is going to be Xiao, and also the addition of these rock monsters that are going to be set on to Liyue in the midst of this festival. And it's basically with Dragon Spine, we got some new creatures to fight. We got some ice variants of people. In this 1.3, we're getting big ass rock golem-like things that should be pretty fun to tear apart. Anyways, we're also getting, again, this is probably just the quest line that we're going to be doing with Xiao and figuring out like what to do. Also, this is one of the events that we're going to have to do. Is all of these events are going to give you Primo, and they're going to be resin free except for one kind of, but it's basically just like a double XP weekend kind of passive buff. Anyways, super convenient if you want to. Probably best to make use of those, and like, because I think it's only experience books and Mora ley lenses, not domain specifically, but I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. But maybe we'll see. There's going to be a camera-like event. That one's probably the least like amped for me. Is like running around taking pictures. It's like, okay, they made it complicated too. So, but yeah, Xiao's questline, by the way, is going to be free in the Lantern Festival. But when the Lantern Festival is done, that's when it's going to be like paid for almost. Like not paid for, but like you have to unlock it. You have to like do daily commissions, get a key, unlock it, but if you do it in the Lantern Festival, you can actually play his quest straight at the cuff, which is absolutely amazing. Also, we'll talk about Xiao in a minute, and we'll be talking about Xiao ramping up to 1.30, and boy howdy, look at our dude, look at our boy! He's a polearm user, he is just, okay, to me, let's go over this, let's stop right here. Ooh, look at him! Okay. Quick synopsis of Xiao, in case you're like super in the know and you're just I'm the only Genshin person you're like watching. Jesus Christ, please! There's so many fantastic channels, but what do you call it? Xiao is in. I really hope I'm okay in saying this. Xiao is a DPS character very similar to Razor. The only thing that differs is that Xiao has a lot more bells and whistles when he ults, but he also gets his HP destroyed. So you don this mask, you start taking damage, but you also get AoE damage from your fast ass attack speed. You also get buff to your attack, not attack speed, sorry. You get AoE animo damage on your melee attacks. Fantastic. You also get increased attack. You get increased jump speed, and I'm not sure if you get increased sprint or movement ability. It kind of seems like it, but regardless, fantastic. All that seems amazing. Especially, like, there's some hidden things that you wouldn't think is that good, but you get an increase to your jump height, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. Plunging does it. Who cares about plunging damage? Well, Xiao is basically, that's his whole kit. Not entirely. I think that's the biggest, I hope that's the biggest myth about Xiao, is that you have to jump and smash down 6 times in order to be damage efficient with him. But I think it's hopefully not going to be that way. Maybe if you get his max constellation, maybe, because he has some skills in the very bottom that change him. But anyways, just think of him as like an animo version of Razor. I think that's a pretty good sentiment. Very much alt spam, go, yeah. But probably will need Sucrose or Venti to keep him topped off. Anyways, regardless, he's a damage character. And if he's not, okay, here's the one thing I was basically talking about. We can let this play. If Xiao does not out DPS Genyu, I'm going to be blown away, because Xiao does fucking nothing else, and he's very selfish. He's not like, yeah, like, it's not like, yeah, he's just super selfish. All of his kit seems ridiculously selfish. His E's on a pretty decent cooldown, so it's not like you can use it to like apply animo and then fuck off. Not only that, but you don't have the safety of Genyu, who can like be 10 feet back and still fucking shit up. You know, you have to be in the shit of it, and you're low on health. So if they don't scale Xiao's damage to like to take the throne from Genyu, I'm gonna be pissed, because you have to be point blank with your spear, and what do you call it? What's the other thing? Oh, and his ult isn't like a giant AoE of just free damage and happens to be ice, which is, you know, yeah. So if I'm worried about that. I'm worried that like Xiao will be like, well, Animo's a support damage, so we kind of scaled it back, and I'm like, eat shit. Why? This guy has to get point fucking blank in people's faces, and he's low health, so it's super cautiously weird to play him unless you have Zhongli and a Venti. Sorry. And a Chi-Chi. So, just all of my characters. That's why I saved for him, because this is why I skipped Genyu. Beautiful, immaculate waifu extraordinaire. It's because every person I have facilitates him. He loses health. I have Chi-Chi. She regains health and also does cryo damage. Awesome. I have Venti, the best fucking support character in the game, more or less, outside of heavy like solid enemies. And he just regenerates shit tons of animo, so I can always keep their ults back to back, probably. Because I don't know how Xiao regenerates his stuff. I don't think it's that good. But anyways, that in combination with what do you call it, Zhongli, who can shield him, making it so that he's even more safe. But not only that, but it increases within 1.3. This is when we're going to be getting Zhongli's buffs. Zhongli, whenever he's shielded, he will debuff enemies' physical resistance and elemental resistance. So we're having Chi-Chi throw shit around the ice. We're having Animo constantly around us. And we're having a Geo stuff happening, because I'm going to put down Zhongli's pillar. It's gonna be a time, alright? It's gonna be a time for, and all of that's just funneling into fixing every problem that what's-his-name has. So yeah, this is why I passed on our girl, what's her name? And if he's weaker than her, I'm gonna be upset, because again, he has to get point blank, and he's low health all the time, because he's eating himself, basically, the whole time when you're running that mask. Also, I really hope he doesn't have too long of a gap in between his ults. I think Razor has like a 5-second. No, Razor has no gap, never mind. But yeah, I think his may be like a 4-second, 5-second gap. That's pretty shit. Anyways, this is the meat and the potatoes of the update. Kind of, not really, but a little bit. Basically, there is just so much events going on, so they're just kind of throwing a bunch of shit at you right now. So this is going to be a new weekly boss, because this boss will change elements but when you fight him. It's like the Brood Mother. So she's fire there, she'll be ice in another one, and yeah, the only one she's the only one she can't do is Animo, because Animo is its own thing, which is cool. See, he's electric right there, so he changes his elements. He's water right there, boom, boom, boom. Fantastic. So that's going to be a big part of the thing, but we're also going to be experiencing Xiao. Main character is real peeved about not having a sister. What a freak. Freak. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lantern Rite. So yeah, see, this is what I should show you guys. I'm sorry, I was trying to like figure out in the back of my head. I'm like, wait, what's starting first? Is it the boss fight or fuck? Shit. But no, this is it. So it's going to start off with Xiao. It's going to be introducing the story to him and probably unlocking like some stuff about Xiao, kind of same as Albedo, but also introducing like a common enemy, a threat that you need to take care of. But also, one thing that you're not seeing in that cluster of rewards is this new thing called Dust. Now, Dust is basically a alchemist's transmutational thing. So you can take any of your animo or purple or whatever kind of shards you have from killing the various bosses. So say if you have like a ton of electric shards, just because you never upgraded electric character, right? Well, you can use this dust in the alchemist table to convert these things into another kind of crystal. So you can take all those electricity ones and maybe convert them into animo if you're trying to get Xiao. Or if you're like me and already prepared for him, you already have everything you need. Unfortunate. Anyway, except the one thing that you do need for Xiao is this rock. And if I'm not mistaken, the rock in which you need to upgrade Xiao is actually... It's weird. I think you can get it from actually defeating the underlings of the Broodmother every day. I think they'll respawn. And I think you'll have a chance of getting these rocks. And that'll be a way that you can do it is again, run around, kill all these things. But I'm really worried about how Xiao is going to get the one upgrade material that you need to get for him, which is this special rock, kind of like, you know, when you ascend a character, you need to have like flowers. Well, Xiao needs this rock, which is weird. Anyways, so yes, we're going to be experiencing Xiao's, and we're going to experience the Lantern Rite Tales. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the Lantern Rite Tales is going to be the boss fights. Although don't take my word for that, I'm not sure. I do know what the theater mechanics is. This is a tower defense game mode, which is fantastic. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And then we're doing Xiao's Market, which is, I think, just a bunch of other like side activities / events coming in into fruition. Yeah, so there's going to be these brand new enemies. They're showcasing them right here. And now we're going to finally look at Xiao. So to get into the nitty gritty of Xiao, outside of just being like, for people who are like, what the hell is he? Do I want him? If you already have a really solid DPS that's selfish like a Diluc, or if you built Genyu to high hell and you're low on resources, probably not a good idea to go for Xiao. Because Xiao, in my opinion, could be wrong, and always up for being wrong, but Xiao, it very much seems like he's just slaughtered in like a razor, meaning he needs anyone. So when you activate, in order to get the most utility out of Xiao, you're going to need to activate his ult. Now what that means is you're going to get a bunch of buffs, but you're also going to start to lose health, and you're going to be weakened, you know? So you're going to need any way to keep him safe, and any way to kind of amplify his damage and also heal him. In order to get the most out of Xiao, you need to put on that mask. But when you switch to another character, it ends his ult's cooldown. So you're just like Razor, you're like, when you're on Xiao and you activate his ult, you want to just go with him. So everything else should be on cooldown. You should not have any other ability that could potentially be used, because when you're playing Xiao, you're going to need to keep playing Xiao. Until it's done, and then you're going to switch off. Now again, if you have a Sucrose with Constellation 1 or 2, whatever it is, or a Venti with anything, just a Venti, just any Venti, don't need anything for him, just a Venti, you can constantly, I think, have Animo constantly flooded in and just keep him topped off. But yes, again, that's his plunge attack damage. That's showing all of his bells and whistles. Fantastic. He's a pole arm user that attacks pretty fast. He's not like a Shangling who attacks like 6 times with every flurry. But his is, I think, he gets like two attack combinations hit twice, which is pretty legit. Now you guys may be like, well, Grin, what's his E? Well, this is one of the reasons why I think Xiao is going to be the most fun to play with, is because Xiao's E is a teleport, kind of. Think of it as like another dash, which dashes in this game are huge. Again, when you perfect dodge or dash, whatever, you can like ignore a lot of damage. Well, this can let you get on top of enemies, and also say if there's like a big heavy hitting enemy or a Fatui person, I want to know if you can dodge through that and you will not take damage. I think that's how it works, because it almost looks like Xiao combusts into like Animo and appears in the air. So it makes sense that if an enemy hits you, there is hitting wind, wouldn't actually fuck up Xiao. Also, his charge attack launches enemies into the air. Kind of not happy about that. Also, again, he massively benefits from Death from Above, as that's his passive perk. When he does a Death from Above, he actually does not take any single damage, which is fantastic. Also, if you happen to have a lot of consolation for Albedo, he's going to be a pretty good person to couple with him, although I don't know if he's best He might be good. I just don't know if he's as good as Zhongli, who has just a fucking meaty shield and also can constantly do a good bit of damage with his ult. You know, I don't know if it really translates. Probably does. Just me. Probably how you build them, I'm assuming. How much investment you have in either character. Anywho, as you guys can see, his attacks are just huge, and even on a passive level, they have huge AoE. So he's meant to be like Dynasty Warriors, is what people were memeing on him for a bunch of times. So yeah, you're just doing stupid high AoE, with constantly spinning, hitting everything around you. I don't know, if you happen to have a Venti who pulls in enemies, is gonna get fucky. It's gonna get pretty nuts pretty fast. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Okay. But yeah, again, Death from Above is a super big part of his kit, and again, the teleport is absolutely fantastic. But the only thing I do hope, if I could ask for anything from Tweak Xiao on, is I fucking hate the notion that his E is on a 10-second cooldown, and it's like a dash. I hate that part. That to me just like, really, man? There's like quick, fast boom, and then it's on a 10-second cooldown. Like, man, like I get it, and honestly, the reason it kind of pisses me off a little bit because his last constellation makes it so you can reset his E completely, by doing a Death from Above with your ult. So to me, it's almost like his E is on a long cooldown because of his max constellation ult, which takes away the issue with his E. So that pisses me off a little bit. Hope that gets fixed. But yes, when he dons his crazy Oni mask, he gets stupid high AoE. And yeah, just also, it looks like he attacks faster, but that could just be me in my head. But regardless, his attack goes through the roof. So he's just, yeah, again, identical to a Razor, except you don't have a giant wolf on your back, and instead you're like channeling demons. Which, I like monster movies, so I'd probably still say, well, yeah, they're both monsters. There's different kind of monsters. Anyways, one's like Japanese, yokai kind of monster. Anyways, this is the part that makes many whales cry because they're like, you fuck. But yeah, I feel for people who have their channels are based around showcasing people, and they already have Kaching maxed out because she's just been in the one banner, and people constantly keep pulling. Our streamers have a tendency to pull consistently, which means people already have videos of her maxed out, so it's kind of a wash. But the good news is that both of these characters are on a 2-week timer. So normally it's 4 weeks. These characters are on a 2-week timer, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah. February 3rd and February 17th, yeah. So they're not going to be, it's not going to be, again, this event is going to be quick, but a lot, it seems like. We don't have that many characters, but I think that's because in the next update, there's a high probability that we're going to be getting Rosaria and potentially Hu Tao. Just saying, that's not confirmed, just my speculation, but yeah. And I think, who knows, we might be going to Inazuma, we don't know. It would be cool if we were. Anyways, yes, so the Xiao is coming first, and then Kaching. A little unfortunate, a lot, yeah. Okay, so these are, again, a synopsis of all the events. We're going to meet Xiao. We're also going to be, every single time we log in, we're going to be getting a wish, which means you have a chance of getting Xiao, which I think is what the designers are kind of trying to do, is they're kind of trying to be like, we're giving you a lot of openings to get Xiao. If you get Xiao, you probably are going to be fine. Because again, one of the things that you need desperately in Genshin is a damage source, or a damage character that can just carry you. And Xiao, all of his kit seems to be that, with the addition of you might die a lot if you don't have proper healers, but even still, only thing that you can't eat in Spiral Abyss, and yeah, you can easily just use a healer to Spiral. Anyways, so this is another event, Night Sky Grace, a Lantern Rite. I don't know what that is, but we're getting Primo Gems, Fragment and Resin, and talent material books, all that good stuff. Love to see it. Oh, I didn't even mention this. This is huge. Yeah, sorry. And then we get the Stand By Me. Okay, so I think Xiao. I'm trying to find out when we fight the world boss, but I'm pretty sure that's going to come out exactly when Xiao is coming out. So the My Fortune Finds You. I think that is going to be when, just like Albedo unlocking the sword, is going to be the same thing for Xiao. Is going to be unlocking this new world boss, and probably a way to farm the lower tier versions of the world boss, of the Broodmother and her kids, are going to drop rock resources, I think. If they don't do that, then that's going to suck, because that means you can't upgrade fucking what's his name unless you transmute. That could be what they're trying to get us to do, is transmute other rocks into that. Fuck, that'd be terrible. Anyways, Sorry, back to what I was talking about. So at the third event that we're going to be getting is fucking huge. Stand By Me. You can choose all of the 4-star characters in Leeway. You can choose any of them, but you can only choose one. And dude, I'm torn. I hope so badly that Xiao's banner has Nin Wang in it. Because to me, the only other character that I want in the game is I would trade up Kaching for a max constellation Nin Wang. Or not even that, just like a pretty good constellation Nin Wang. Well, max constellation Nin Wang is the cool part. It's where like you can just start becoming a mortar, because I really want a caster that's a DPS, and no one really looks like they're my jam, but she does. Nin Wang does look like she could be like just a blast and a half. Anyways, but I'm not getting Nin Wang because I didn't bet on Genyu's banner, so I could really use Water Boy, and Water Boy is good for anything. Xiao, no, what's his fucking name? I don't know. The Water Boy. He's got short shorts on. He's like the water best support in the game. I didn't get him, so I'll probably be choosing him. I know a lot of you guys are going for Rocket Girl because not a lot of you chose to swing on Zhongli's banner, or if you did, you just got super unlucky. I feel ya, sucks, but man, I hope that in Xiao's banner, Nin Wang is gonna be there. She hasn't been there in quite a little bit. I feel like she could come back. Although if they throw fucking Lisa and Amber in that shit, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. But maybe that's why they're giving us Intertwined Fate, is to be like, hey bitch, we're just here, take a chance. You're only gonna get shitty 5-4, but I feel like they learned their lesson. I feel like they gotta learn their well, no, Genyu fucking popped off, but that's just because she's a waifu. It's not every content creator was like, don't get her. Anyways. Ah, fuck, that copy is like strong and not. It's good, but it's also good. Oh, it's gravy. Anyways, so then the next event is going to be like you're taking pictures. The cool thing about this event where you're taking pictures, you actually can trade pictures with your friends, kinda. You take a picture and it gives you like a card, and you can have an abundance of a card, and you can trade to your friends. By the way, guys, we stream Genshin on Sundays. And if you want to join my friends list, and I can join your friends list, and then everyone in our community could join friend list, and we could just fucking bang this event out real fast. I love it. Community, all that. And then I think this one is the Lantern Rite Xiao market. I think this one is going to be where there's a tower defense thing in play, and that's where we're gonna get dust, crowns, and all these other things. Again, this is just an event that seems like build up your resources, because 1.4. I feel like 1.4 has to be Inazuma for how much shit they're puffing us up, almost to be like, are you guys ready? You ready? Boom, here's a new region. You know, it would be weird if they were just like, here's a little fucking quest to do, like, they're just giving us a lot of shit in a very small amount of time. It almost seems like they're like, hey, get ready, bitch. Here, we're trying to also, one of the things they're giving us is double the experience book, so it's almost like they're trying to amp us up so that we're able to take on Inazuma. I could be bullshit wrong. Anyways, Lantern Rite, I would assume, is going to be where we're gonna have a tower defense thing, all that good stuff. Then, of course, we're getting the picture event, like I talked about. And then this one, I think, is a weird event. What is it? Vishpaz, and where to find, whatever. Sorry, I'm wondering how Xiao is going to get his rock blueprint, but I think what they're probably going to do is Xiao's quest line is going to be like, hey, there's these new, like, geo beasts around the map. Let's go kill them. And then that's how he's going to get his upgrade material, which would make sense. But then at the end, but we're not going to fight the Broodmother until the end, because I think the expeditions are tied to the Broodmother. You eventually like fight this big ass Geo monster, which you guys can see. Anyways, let's just quickly. All right, so this is us, like the beginning quest for Xiao. Don't want to spoil it too much there, but it looks pretty awesome. It looks like some demon Oni shit. Love it. Lots and lots of events. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at all that shit. Jesus Christ. Busy 2 weeks coming. Or 4 weeks coming? Yeah, so this is the tower defense thing, which is going to be huge. I don't know when this comes. I'm just an idiot. But so some of you guys might be like, oh, this looks really shitty, Grin. It just looks like, hey, it's like a top-down mobile game, kind of put some pieces and stop the enemies from getting to your place, right? Boo! I'm pretty sure a lot of us would vibe with that anyway, just some goofy fun to take us away from the monotony of waiting. But here's the shit, dude, look at that. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be setting up a bunch of like things, damage sources, on your right path, on your left path, but then you as a person can fucking run around and kill shit. Now I don't know if this is going to be your traveler is your only guy who can fucking fight in this, or if it's only one character, or if you can go into this with 4 characters. Because if I can go in there with Venti, dude, hot damn. But no, this takes an event from being like, oh, cool, I can just like put a bunch of things down and wait and watch and hope that they don't get through. Or you can actually just like, if you have a good enough characters, you can just put all of your resources on both sides and just take care of the center yourself, you know? And then of course we're getting a event currency for that, which is awesome. But yeah, that's going to be a huge event. A lot of people are excited for that. This is that camera event. Yeah, so again, the Lantern Rite seems like there's a bunch of markets that you got to go talk to, and each person is going to be like, hey, can you go take some pictures for me? Hey, do you want to play this board game in this tower defense mode? Hey, do you want to go investigate this brood mother, which is going to be awesome. There's some free codes for you. By the way, go join our Discord. We always our Discord tab is popping off always when Genshin shit happens. So there's plenty of people being like, hey, get them codes. Yeah, for this code we're getting 100 Primo Gems and 5 experience books. Fucking top. Yeah, so this is what I'm assuming is going to happen when the event first starts. When 1.3 launches, they're going to introduce us to this kind of enemy type. This enemy type is going to drop this rock resource, which is an upgrade material for Xiao, and that is going to be how you level up Xiao. But then the broodmother is her own beast. She can drop a bunch of shit. She can drop crystals. She can drop rocks. She can drop she can drop every kind of crystal except for Animo. Because Animo just don't fuck with that apparently. But yes, I don't. But this is a weekly boss, so theoretically she could give you hopefully all of the previous resources that you need for upgrading your talents, like Child's Tusk and Dvalin's Tooth. So hopefully she's going to be a source for all of that. Fingers crossed. If she's just like a glorified way for you to get shards, that's gonna be pretty ass. But yes, this is the Broodmother, a new weekly boss. This is that one expedition event that I was telling you about, where you're gonna be sending your people out on expeditions. And the cool part about this one, but it's also weird, is that you're going to be able to pick one of your friends' characters to kind of give you a better chance about beating the thing. But I don't know how that plays. Yeah. Is it like the more characters you put in there, the better chances you have of defeating it? I don't know. But yes, if you happen to have some badass bitches on your fucking friends list, then you're gonna be good to go. I'll friend anybody. I'll friend anyone who pops into the stream and says to do that. But yeah, so see, this is how I think the event's going to go by. Is again, Xiao is gonna be like, hey, here's some new enemies. Go fight them. That's my resource, by the way. Give me that. But then at the end of the Lantern Rite Festival, I think this is what we're going to be getting, is this this new expedition kind of thing, where it's going to slowly progress into like, hey, go to this S tier thing, go to that thing, and then at the end, because you guys can see it unlocks every 16 hours, every day, every 2 days. Eventually, at the end, we'll actually have to go fight this broodmother, this like big ass enemy, and yeah. Also, there are a lot of like quality of life things are changing. This is that whole transmog thing, where you can, not transmog, sorry, it's a different thing. But you can take any sort of currency. So like, yeah, this person's using his red legendary crystals and converting them into gold, like Animo crystals, for 27 of this dust material that I think is going to be. I honestly don't know. It could be, probably could drop from the new enemies, and probably you could buy it from the event store. I bet that's probably how you get it. Because they have to have a way for you to get it outside of the events, right? Well, that'd be really weird. Maybe you could just buy it with money. Oh, my nose. Oh, my nose. But yeah, no, that's a huge thing. Also, they're introducing this is the other event, which is what makes me feel like that 1.4 has high potential to be Inazuma, because this event is basically like a double XP weekend, except it's double resin. So you only have to spend 20 resin and you're getting 2x the multiplier. So this is like having a condensed resin, except it's always. So don't use condensed resin, because I think this just gets you the same benefit. So when this event is live, just use 20 resin and you're going to be getting as if you had condensed resin, you know? So that's good. Definitely do that. Yeah, okay, so that definitely is what it is. Okay, so this does not work for domains. So right there it says blossoms of wealth, blossoms of wealth and experience cards. So yeah, this definitely does seem like them trying to be like, hey, like this is a good time to really spend your resin on experience books and Mora, and then be done with it. Like, yeah. Which is why I think people should probably try to be building Xiao now with condensed resin rather than when he's out, because this is what we're going to be wanting to spend your resin on, unless you already have a ton of that and you're fine. Sure, whatever your situation is. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm so proud of myself. We got down to a 30-minute rambly, very fast speaking bit of business. But I can't wait. Again, so many people seem to be like real bummed when they were like, I get it, kinda. But I don't get it, because one of the things I don't think people are recognizing is that this is going to be so much in the time. Like, normally we have to wait. There's 2 banners. There's 2 character banners, and each banner has its like kind of a quest, right? This seems like it's just going to be back to back to back shit constantly. And yes, it's not like a brand new region, but man, I like this stuff a lot too. And again, if you're one of the people that spent all your primos on what's her name, Genyu, then it may be a little less fun. But if you're one of those people who saved your primo for Xiao, that's going to be like, we're going to be playing with a brand new character that we're hopefully going to fuck with and like. And we're going to be experiencing all these new events. And yeah, he's a damage character. So, and also, the reason why I didn't pick Genyu is because Genyu, although I love her aesthetic, I think her ult's amazing, I don't like the charge gameplay. I feel real clunky and weird, where you're just sitting there and you're like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel good. Like, I play Razor, which is about like melee, cancel with your charge attack with your E. Melee, dodge. Melee, dodge. Like, it's this weird, like, in a game that is very simple, it's a way for you to be hyperactive and keep your mind awake. So that's why I play Razor and etc. And I think that's why I'll really enjoy playing Xiao, is I'll find out like what damage is worth doing, and like, oh, that attack's long, so I'll cancel out of it and reset it. You know, I don't know. I like stuff like that. Like getting the optimum ability out of characters. But anyways, also excited for the boss. I'm excited for like the amount. Like, also, they are throwing primo gems at you. You guys have a better chance of getting Xiao than most any other character, because they're giving you 10 intertwined fate for logging in while this is going on. That's a 10 stack of a wish, and they're giving you another. I think. 100, and they're basically giving you 20 wishes. They're giving you enough primo gems to give you 100 or 10 wishes within, I think, Xiao's portion of his quest, and not to mention the experience books and the other primo gems that we're going to be getting throughout this entire event as well. So we're getting a lot of opportunities to get Xiao, which to me is kind of the designers being like, hey, if you need a damage character, you might want to get this character, but also you might die a lot, which means you might need to buy other support characters. I gotcha. Or maybe, honestly, that'd be a cool character that they release next, is a support character. Like, sorry, a healer, like a really different kind of healer, which I was hoping with that Animo, like chibi kind of character that was leaked a while ago was going to be. Anyways, sorry, we're not having this be a 40-minute video. Let me know what character you're going to be picking out of the 4 characters, or out of the many characters that you can pick from Leeway. What 4-star are you going to be picking? Are you going to be going for Xiao like me? Are you praying that Xiao has pretty decent 4-stars in his banner too, because we're going for that one? And what event are you most excited for? And also, God, I hope. That has to be it. I can't see them, because how are we going to upgrade Xiao if we can't get that rock resource? And that has to be tied to the basic bitch versions of the Broodmother, right? Right? I'm sick. I've been my nose clogging up. Ladies and gentlemen, you're so lovely. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for putting out with me. I'm so hyped and excited. I know some people are like, we're only getting one new character and he's not even new. And yeah, but it's also happening in such a condensed time span that we're just going to be going and going and going, and I'm fucking amped. Hopefully you guys are also excited. And I cannot wait to play with you guys, because a lot of these are actually co-op based. So can't wait. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully you tune into Sunday's stream. Thank you and goodbye.